Splitting Hair's free salon education podcast starts now. Featuring Matt Beck, Christina Cavalcanti, Brian Hare, Dre Bolin, Thaddeus Bolin, and Danielle Downs. Today's episode is powered by MinervaBeauty.com.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Splitting Hairs, the Hairdressers Podcast. We are here today. It's also the free salon education podcast. I keep forgetting to say that. It's a Hairdressers Podcast, but it's also from freesaloneducation.com.
Eventually we'll get it.
Yeah, we'll get it. I've only done this.
It's new.
This is only episode 120. Not a big deal. So I'm here with Drea Boland, Brian Hare.
I said hello.
She burped.
I was going to say hello, but you jumped right into Brian.
I know, sorry. That was quick. Christina Cavalcanti, Thad Boland.
Yep.
Danielle Downs is not here this evening. Nope. She'll be here next week. We also have a big show planned for next week, which is going to be really cool. We're going to focus on the hair from Black Panther, the movie, which is really cool. Danielle's been working on some looks for it. So, yeah. Oh, you were looking at me like you wanted to say something.
That was just love.
Oh, that's love.
The music we're hearing, it'll die out? Or is it just something?
The music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like a forever thing.
Oh, okay.
It's just background music.
That way there's no dead air, ever.
I didn't know if there was background during the whole show or
No,
something new.
it stops eventually.
Okay. I was just checking.
Oh, okay.
Had some issues.
It's meant to be one of those things that you
I
don't
know.
actually notice unless you talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or unless the show screws up like 3 times starting it because I forget to push something. And
Well, no, when I hear those things, because I run it and I list, I'm supposed to be paying attention to all that. So when I hear it, I have to double check.
You're killing it.
Yeah, I should be. I should probably know.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine.
It's cool.
Cool. So we actually have some people already calling in. So we're going to take phone calls in a little bit, but I don't want to jump into that quite yet. So get ready to call. 833-FSE Live. Also the phone number I think we posted up as well this time, so you don't have to figure out what FSE Live is. Thank you to MinervaBeauty.com. They're the sponsor of the show. We're giving away one of their blow dryers today, but also Christina and I were on their website, and we were checking out some of the sales that they have. So I want to let you guys know. I'm going to put links in the description after we get done recording this video. The metal tray carts that we use for color are actually on sale for $39, which is a pretty amazing deal. So if you guys are looking for new color carts, they have that. And also the barber pole that's in the background here, which is my favorite thing. I didn't even put it in the barbershop because I love it here in the studio. So we put that on in the background, but it's actually on the website for $199, which I thought it was like an $800 thing. So now I'm going to put one in the barbershop and also have one here. When I thought it was $800, I was like, it's got to go one or the other, but there you go. So
and I just want to say real quick before we move on from that about those trays, one of the things that we were talking about we love the most about them is that the tray lifts out of it.
Exactly.
So for me, what that's great for is like tonight I had a whole bunch of hair on it and like we had already done the floor and I was like, ugh, like you can't just wipe it 'cause it's going to make a mess. So I took the tray out, took it over to the garbage and then wiped it without making a big mess everywhere.
Yeah.
And for people like that, it works really well because when he bounces between the salon and the barbershop, he can literally just take the tray out and just take the tray,
Yeah, because we have two
down to
different...
the other wing of the building. Where,
right. We have 2 rooms. So we have a barber room, kind of like a men's cutting room, and then we have the salon, and Thad jumps back and forth throughout the day. We all do, kind of, but he grabs his tray and walks over, like you said, and puts it down.
Like
so
he's getting lunch in high school or something.
Yeah, exactly. So check the $39. You can't beat that for carts. So go to MinervaBeauty.com to check that out. Today's show, we're going to do a lot of questions. We're going to do a lot of live callers. We had a show planned with Danielle, but it was kind of a last-minute thing. She couldn't make it on the show. So next week, we're going to do the Black Panther thing. We also have some things about people coloring their pets with human hair color. Pretty shady stuff, gross stuff. You did that.
Well, we had to.
Okay. With permanent hair color?
I forgot about this story.
Well, that's better than.
Well, save it for next week.
I was going to say that's
it's always
better than the tattoo artists that tattoo their pets.
Well, that's true. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about pets next week.
Okay.
But we're also, we're giving away a Minerva blow dryer. We're giving away a VibraStraight iron. So if you guys are on live, you'll have a chance to win that. The next thing, the things I really wanted to get to, I got a little flustered because the show got off to a weird start.
Deep breath.
I know. I want to do a review. So while I think of
Or
it,
don't.
I
Breathe.
know. I
Breathe,
can't-
Matt. Breathe.
I can't stop. I got to keep going.
I do
Otherwise,
want
I'm
to
like,
say something.
Yeah.
You know how we were bickering about the lights in the studio today?
Yeah.
So Johnny, the first thing he's like, laugh out loud. The salon is so dark. Did you forget to pay the bill, Matt?
That's funny. Do you guys not like the lights better? I really think that
We had a debate about the lights on or off into the studio, so you guys can chat. Or let
I
us
am
know about
having
that.
the biggest struggle with lighting.
You guys can
Oh.
chat so long as you agree with Christina.
Yep.
I need
And no, I didn't forget to pay the electric bill.
I need Frono's Photo to come here and literally help me adjust all the lighting because the problem is when you have the studio lighting on in the back, it glares everything, and I just feel like the picture.
Can we just each get a
isn't
ring
good.
light?
Yeah,
Like we'll just
Yeah,
each
your
sit here with
own
like
ring
the
light.
diva ring in front of us.
yeah. So I hope you guys like the lighting. I feel like it's a little more intimate. It's not that I don't even care that it's dark. I don't want it to be dark, but I feel like our faces come through. So I don't know.
I think it's sexy.
Yeah. So I
didn't
want
mean to say that word.
I actually want to do a review of a product that I got quite a while ago. I did I started a vlog and did kind of a review of it and completely lost the footage. I'm still gonna I'm gonna do it again. But I love this and I remembered it because I traveled with this
Are you
yesterday.
just prepared to like have like a lost episodes like take one day?
Pretty much. I mean, I
found the
lose,
footage.
I lose
Guys.
footage all the time. It's just
It's gonna be like Blair Witch.
Yeah. So I want to start off. This is Tab Cuts Hair on Instagram. This is a product that he developed. He's a hairdresser. He's a young guy. Met up with him when I was in LA during the Mizutani thing, and he's like, "I got this bag that I created, and I wanted to give you one." So I really like this thing. You can take a look at it, but when you open it up, I love traveling with it because it just keeps everything nice and that's nice and organized. You can put all your look at this. You can throw everything in there.
Wow.
You can put your combs in there. This went on a plane. That's why it's like this.
Oh.
But you can put all of your different razor tools, your combs, your clips, all of that in there. And then the cool thing about this is that this bag actually zips to the bottom of this bag. And then you can put your blow dryer and everything, irons inside this bag. And then it has a really nice long strap that you can wear it and carry it around. So you can take a look at that, Brian. Put your thoughts into it. But
And keep them there.
yeah.
Please zip your thoughts up in my bag.
So I really like it, and traveling with it was really nice this weekend. So I wanted to put a thank you out there to him for giving me the bag, but also it's a really nice, good quality hairdresser made.
I really
thing.
like this.
So
Is that heat line? Like, is that something
I
you
believe
just,
it,
like,
yes.
throw something hot into?
yes, I believe it's heat lined as well.
So would the
Let's
real
light it
Matt
on
Beck
fire.
please stand up?
Yeah.
Sad.
So tools and bags on Instagram, I think, is their Instagram now. Tab Cuts Hair is his Instagram, but
Oh, tools,
Tools
and
and
bags.
Bags
That's
is,
Tab.
Yeah, Tab. So
Clever.
so if you get a chance, go check it out. Leave a comment in their Instagram. Let them know that you heard about the bag through us.
This is legit as hell.
It's
I was
nice,
gonna say,
right?
It feels like a Herschel bag.
And it's really it's easy. Like zipping that on the bottom is not hard, right?
No, I just did it.
Yeah.
I'm a moron. So
Okay.
we're good.
Yeah. So there you go. So there's that. Then also on the review table, and then we'll just get into answering some questions. Paul Mitchell is launching some new products, and we love Paul Mitchell products on the show. So Paul Mitchell Neon, which is their kind of like, I don't want to say teenager brand, but it is kind of geared
Well,
more
yeah.
towards
It's an
younger
affordable-
clientele. Yep. More affordable. Smells delicious. Has more sugary kind of smells to it. They just launched Sugar Dry Cleanse, Sugar Teas, and also the Sugar Dry Conditioner. So it's fun because I like making videos with Paul Mitchell products, and they've been supporters of Free Salon Education. So trying to think of ideas to create something cool to talk about dry shampoos, and I know Brian uses them a lot. You used this right when you walked in today.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the product?
Well, I didn't need the dry shampoo right now. I'm really happy that people are starting to come out with dry texture sprays because my hair, like with the curl, with the fact that it's blonde, regular texture sprays like sea spray, stuff like that, tend to be a little too much for my hair to handle.
Okay.
Like just the stuff that they put in it, the salt, like just the different alcohols and stuff, it makes my hair feel brittle.
Okay.
So I love that now I don't have to use a dry shampoo to get that dry texture. Like they're just making dry texture sprays. So
Right.
it's nice and light. And what I love about this is the first time I've seen a dry conditioner, because as much as I love dry texture sprays, it will make my
Amika
hair
had a nice
feel.
one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. All right.
Yeah.
Well, goldfish memory here.
Dad, are you
But-
playing music? Okay.
Ever so slightly.
Just
TG
checking.
also has one in their Rockaholic line. They have
He's
a dry
just jamming
conditioner.
out over there.
He's having a time. So I like going in with the dry texture spray, but they can leave my hair feeling a little dry just because I'm prone to that.
Okay.
So going in with the dry conditioner afterwards, I still get the texture, but then it feels a little bit more. It feels a little less thirsty.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I dig it, and it smells amazing.
Sweet.
I really enjoyed them. I came in when we first got them. I came in with my hair dirty one day just to be able to try them out and see the longevity.
Is that
throughout
why
the
you
day.
came in?
Yeah,
Hair dirty?
that's why you came in with it dirty. Solely for that.
No, I did because Matt said
All in the name of hairdressing.
I did. Well,
Your
we know,
sacrifice is just amazing.
well, we know
We
how
salute
much I
you.
love washing my hair so much. So I live on dry shampoo a lot.
Right.
And I really enjoyed the longevity of it throughout the day because so often you get a dry shampoo and you have to touch it up throughout the day, whereas with this one you didn't. It was from start to beginning a very nice dry shampoo. The smell stayed with it all day long.
Okay.
The shine spread, leaving the dry conditioner is very shiny.
Okay.
Which I'm into.
Yeah, we learned that with Danielle. She sprayed it a little too close and it like was straight wet looking. But
So
then
maybe
we-
the people.
Yeah,
Sorry, go.
Jason was saying that dry conditioners
Yeah.
are very good for clients with extensions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I like that.
Yeah,
I
it was
get it.
very wet looking. So then we went in with the dry shampoo right afterwards. And
Oh, did it help?
it did. It
Oh,
was
that's
great.
cool. So I guess for the people, because every now and then we do get someone who
Mhm.
has that concern of a dry shampoo that's not going to like have smell for a minute.
Yeah.
This might not be the one for you. I like the smell of it, so I don't
Right.
mind that it like the smell hangs on for a minute.
Yeah.
If you don't care
But-
for the fragrance, don't get it because it stays.
Well,
all
everyone's
day.
going to love the fragrance. It's just a matter of if
Mhm.
you want to smell it like 2 hours from now.
Right.
Oh, I smelled it at the gym that night when I was working out afterwards.
You did?
Yeah.
You didn't even know where you were firing that.
I wanted to smell. I haven't really smelled it either yet.
Oh.
Let me aim it
No.
at you.
No, that's okay.
The
That's
teas
okay. I like to smell it from over there.
over
Waft
there.
it like chemistry class.
No, and the tease and hold.
Whoa, that does have a strong scent to it. All right.
The tease and hold also has it is a more firmer finish
Okay.
than the texture spray in the Undone line.
The
Invisible
sugar
Wear.
teas
Yeah, the sugar teas is it has a firmer
smell like.
the same.
Oh God. No, that directly went into my mouth.
Oh my.
If I had
Uh,
$1.
That's on point. With
That was actually pretty good,
That
that.
was good. Okay, so so that's the review.
Yeah.
That's the review. We're gonna do some videos on it. If you guys like dry shampoos, I'd love to hear what your favorite one is in the comments below. Or if you've tried this one, let us know.
Very sticky.
Very sticky.
Yeah.
The texture
Well,
spread.
that's the texture, not the dry.
Explain to us.
Yeah, it's a very sticky. It's a tease. It's called teasing, sugar teasing hold or something like that. Tease hold,
Texture plus hold sugar teas.
sugar
Nice.
tease.
So
Um,
teasing part.
Tasty
But
hairspray.
it is firmer and is very sticky.
What's it smell like?
Please not. I'm like so trying to get over this cough, and like I'll have a fit, like coughing fit, not like, not
Like
like
he's
a
just gonna get
tantrum.
so angry.
Okay, so yeah, so there's the product reviews. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Sweet.
All right, so transitioning into, we're gonna do some questions. Do you have those questions, Chris, pulled up? And then if you guys want to call in, we can open up the phone. That would be kind of fun.
That's so fun. That's my first time with this.
Really? I thought the right before you left we had it. Nope.
Mm.
Okay.
It's just a
So you didn't even
sparkle
know
in
we
your
brought
eye.
this back, really?
Well, I did the first time. I saw that you were doing it because I stayed awake long enough because of jet lag. So I saw the start
Okay.
of the show my first time, but I
Yeah, let's actually
had way too much wine, so I
before-
needed to go to bed.
before we take questions on, you were away. People that watch the show every week, you were in Germany seeing your brother. We did post a picture of you
I
on
saw
the mic
that.
stand.
That was a good picture because that bratwurst was amazing. I got it like
I
6
know.
times.
Yeah.
I kept going back. It's the grocery store. Globus is the name of it. They're apparently all over Europe.
Okay.
And you go in and it was like $1 or €1, and you just get a bratwurst. And even though the bun doesn't fit, it was the stupidest thing ever. But
It's like when you go to a baseball game, though. Like they have the hot dogs like overflowing.
But no,
out.
it was round. It was a perfect circle bun, and then this long ass German sausage. But
it was like a hamburger bun kind of thing.
kind of
Okay.
more like a small Kaiser roll.
Okay.
Like big thing, and like really, it was good bread.
This
but
is
it
really
just
important.
didn't fit. It is. I'm just trying to paint a picture.
It's good.
No, they were so good. I got
Okay.
it so many times.
So tell me, while you were over there, Christina was asking about the hair as well. But what?
Okay, so in Germany, I think the thing that stood out to me the most that I loved, I saw and I even brought it up to my brother, and he said that even he had noticed while he was living there, and he's like, military straight guy doesn't notice that kind of stuff. No offense, but that's him. Such a huge number of women, like over 50, that had full head of fantasy color hair.
Oh, cool.
Like, and not like these, I have no idea what these women do for work, but like, I mean, these are just, they're all over. They can't all just be hairdressers. Like,
Right.
someone's got to have another kind of job there. But I mean, I'm seeing like cute little pixies that are green and orange and pink. And I think I just liked it so much because they were more mature women and not like just kids.
Right.
I saw a lot of really fun. I mean, I went up to London for a little while, and I guess it's nothing that you wouldn't really see in a lot of cities, but I guess because I was in London, I appreciated it more. A lot of really fun types of blondes.
Okay.
Like, I think that they definitely are able to play with fantasy colors a lot more, because like some of them just like they were probably a washed out something or other. But I was like, I just kept getting a smile because I saw so many like lavender blondes and baby pink blondes and stuff like that. You know, it just makes me happy.
Cool.
And yeah, it was really cool. In Germany, I saw slightly more severe cuts, which was kind of cool. Like Thad would have such a booming business. Like the pixie game is strong in Germany.
I know. I'm kind of hoping that becomes popular again.
I'm
here.
sure it will.
Yeah.
They're leading the way, and then it'll catch up here
Yeah.
in a minute.
I should just start talking people into cutting their hair off. I just don't like when you talk them into it, and then all of a sudden you do
You're-
it, and then they regret it,
And then they cry.
Yeah. So I need people to come in confident that they want to do it, but I would really it would be cool to see that kind of inspiration around.
Yeah, if anybody asked me, they're like, would you suggest doing a pixie? I'm like, if you're asking me if you should do a pixie, the answer is no.
But Thad does a lot of pixies.
I know.
Yes.
I do,
So,
but
I
if
mean,
they're
you're right.
asking me if they should, that
He'd
means
kill
that
it in
they're
Germany.
hesitant.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that's what I would say. To summarize everything that I saw so many people committing to really bold looks.
That's cool.
Whether it was a haircut or a color, there was a lot less of like the lived-in
Wasn't like
thing
long
going over there.
layers.
Yeah, it wasn't like what I do every day. Like it wasn't the whole lived-in look wasn't nearly as prevalent as bold, strong looks.
Okay. Cool. And then while you were over there, we were talking earlier, and you saw a show that you hadn't really watched. Or did you watch it over there, or they just
No, I
talked you
watched
into it?
the past couple,
Okay.
like
Didn't
past
you
couple
say
days.
Vanessa talked you into it, though, or something?
Madison,
Oh, Madison. Okay.
the other tall
The girl
woman
with
in
the
my
red
life.
cap.
Okay, so Madison talked you into a show, who's our receptionist.
Yeah.
And she, so the show, do you want to talk about it? Because we're going to kind of go into that.
Sure. Yeah. So Madison, our gatekeeper, and she keeps us young with what all the kids are watching these days. I'd seen that Netflix just released the reboot of Queer Eye, which, in case you're not as old as I am, it's like a reboot of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy from like the early 2000s or late 90s. And it's
They took
just
the straight guy part out of it?
Well, they did, because on one of the episodes, the guy's not straight.
Okay.
So I guess they just like did away with that. And I forget who I was talking to about it. I think my client earlier. I like it this time around because it's a little less like the fact that they're gay isn't the lead anymore, because it's like, all right, it's fine now. Like it's out there.
Right.
We see it all the time.
Yeah.
Now it's so much more like the content that's driven and all this stuff, and it's great. So when I saw the promos for the show getting ready to come out, I was excited because the hair guy, the hairdresser on it, Jonathan Van Nuys, I knew him because I am a big Game of Thrones fan, so therefore I'm also a big Gay of Thrones fan, which is absolutely hilarious, Funny or Die video. You can watch all of them on YouTube. And it's this whole thing, and it's this comedian, Jonathan, and I thought he was just like playing a hairdresser, like that was the shtick, because it's always him behind the chair and then a different comedian, and it's always really funny. But I didn't know he's like actually a hairdresser. So when I saw he was going to be the hairdresser on this, I was stoked because I thought he was just going to be funny. But in watching it, he's actually fantastic. Like,
Did he, because I don't know anything about the whole subject really, did he, because of his fame doing the Gay of Thrones thing, do you think that propelled him into this role?
Maybe. I mean,
Probably.
I think they needed, they needed a hair
They need
guy.
a hairdresser. They need somebody with personality.
And yeah,
A
I think
following probably helps.
yeah, but I feel like they could have gone so many routes with that. They could have picked, some of the bigger names in the hair industry, the people
but
that we
those
know
people
are
aren't
big.
funny though.
Right. So they pick somebody who is like, yes, they do hair, but also like is fun to watch and engaging and a comedian and like very personable. It's so much fun to watch him interact because he's such a huge personality to watch him interact with, because the whole thing is filmed in Georgia.
Okay.
So it's kind of fun, like, being a Southerner watching that.
That's funny though,
happen.
because I did a podcast today. I'm doing like just an audio podcast daily, Monday through Friday. And that was kind of the subject. It was, nowadays it's people get upset. They call it like not genuine on the internet when people have a big following and they're not as talented as other people that are talented and don't have a big following. Those people tend to get upset. But the funny thing for me is that I think like 80% of it is how much you can entertain somebody on the internet. And then the other 20% might be your talent or whatever. Like you still need to be talented.
Right.
But you need to be talented enough so that your entertainment, like a lot of people have gone that route.
Yeah, you have
because
to
of
be
the internet.
engaging.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool because I'm not saying this guy's not talented. I actually have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm sure he is talented, but it's cool that he
But
built it.
on that, one of the things that I really respect about the show,
Yeah.
because we in the hair industry, we've all heard at some point that the hairdresser on such and such show never actually did the hair and they just like staged it to look like they did.
Yeah.
What I like is that on some episodes, what he's comfortable doing, he does. And then there are other episodes where it's not his forte, so he doesn't do it.
Oh, cool.
Like he takes him to a barber shop and like kind of has a consultation with him, with the barber, about like, I think this would be good, like real tight skin fades or facial hairs. Like it's very impressive. And
Well, that's what you were saying you
I
liked
respected
about
that.
the show,
yeah,
right?
it
Or
feels
about
very
that
authentic.
part of the show, right?
As someone representing our hair community, I think it's done. It's great.
Right. And that's where we go into. I wanted to talk about. You were saying he does different recommendations throughout the show. Right?
Well, yeah, we had this whole conversation that came off of that. One of the episodes that I liked, because this is not hairdressers watching. It's not just hairdressers watching this show. It's for the general public. So there's this whole bit where he takes this very large family that's on a budget, and it's a family of 8, and he takes them to Target and talks about with them, this is you need to find something that's going to be economical for you guys because there are so many of you. These are the hair types that you have in your family, so this is what you guys should be looking for as far as like what's going to work for everybody. These are the kind of ingredients that you should try to kind of stay away from, because this would be what's good for this type of hair. And it was just great because it was honest, no pretension, not like, oh my god, it was something that will work with the general public, and I kind of respect that. And that sort of led us into the conversation of like, I kind of had something similar to that with my family when I was in Europe, because while I was at my brother's house, it's like the hair doctor is there. We've all done it where you have to fix everybody's problems in 5 minutes. And my mom came to visit, so I was dealing with like a few different subjects. My brother needed help because he just has been cutting his own hair. He's in the military. It's really short and it needs to always stay tight. So he doesn't want to like keep paying to go to a barber. So, instead of like him asking me to cut his hair, since he's been trying to do it himself, like I sat in the bathroom with him and like helped him. Because, of course you're going to say, oh, I wish you would go someplace. But the truth is he's not gonna. So I feel like I did the most beneficial thing for him by teaching him. You
Right.
know, do we want all of our clients to go and start cutting their own hair? No. But this is the reality of the situation. So why am I just going to leave them looking terrible forever when I can help them out?
Right.
So I did.
Nice. So let's talk about. I'll start with Drea.
Okay.
So
Hot in here under these lights.
it is hot. That's why I turned
Yeah.
all the lights off. Um,
I'm not stressed. I'm warm.
So, what this kind of led into the conversation was, what do we recommend? Like some recommendations we give to our clients. I was in Kansas yesterday doing some presentations for a hair company, and we did basically. It was like
Not Kansas.
I was in Kansas City, which is not in Kansas, which is also something I learned just the other day. I thought I was going to Kansas the whole time. I'm on the border of Kansas though, so it's not that bad.
Not the same.
Still not the same. Nope, I'm not in New Jersey
don't live
right
in
now.
Jersey.
Nope. So I was in Kansas City talking to, I was actually doing some presentations for the Vibrastraight iron. It was a different 10-minute presentation. Every 10 minutes was another presentation, the same presentation from 9 a.m. till 4 p.m.
I want to know, how good did you do? Like, was that last one really just like the first one? Or were you getting
Yeah.
bored and like kind of changing it up?
No, I did shift it up throughout the day. It was actually, it got, because this is the thing. I didn't want to shift it too much because I did realize it was a different audience every time, but I get very bored. So
Right, I was going to say, you don't strike me as a script guy.
Yeah. The good thing is, I think I'm not a script guy at all, but as the day went on, I found things that worked and that didn't work. So it was very interesting to me to like start a presentation right away at 9 a.m. and then every 10 minutes just get to tweak it a little bit. So by the end probably wasn't the best.
I was going to ask, what was
reality.
that mannequin like by the end?
Oh, it was awful. So I actually ditched one of the I had 3. I ditched one by the end, and I was doing a curling technique with it, and I just didn't feel like, as you're going, you didn't feel the results, the wows from people.
Yeah.
So I kept like the guts of the information that I really liked, and then the wow factor. I was doing that with like 30 seconds left. So I decided but then it was like wow, and then they had to leave. So I decided to bring that more closer to like 2 minutes left.
Way to play to the audience.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So you kind of work around it, and then it was like, wow, and then they would ask questions about it and all of that. So it got really good. But with that being said,
Sorry.
but what I was teaching hairdressers, but also general managers of stores about the iron and also some of the Bricado products. And the interesting thing was, most people don't understand giving their guests a regimen of products. And that was kind of an eye-opener for me. It was like, because I was talking about how I love this shampoo and this conditioner for this reason, so I recommend my clients use this. But I don't want them to shampoo their hair every day because technically, I think that the blow dryer is doing the most damage. So it's not that I don't want you to shampoo your hair every day, but I don't want you to blow it dry every day. And then with that being said, I have a heat protector that goes in your wet hair for the blow dry. Then you have a mousse that's maybe I like a conditioning mousse. I don't like a sticky mousse that's really pulling on the hair. And then using like a dry delivery heat protectant right before you iron. So it was kind of like a list of products. Or like, do you like Olaplex number 3? You know, that kind of thing. So what are you recommending to your clients currently? What is a cool system that you like in the salon to recommend?
Well, I'm a huge fan of a leave-in conditioner, whether it is a spray or an oil, just to make sure that they have something to start that off with. Then it's usually something with hold, whether it's a mousse or a gel, and then a thermal protectant. Those are the 3 like that I have to have in a routine.
Okay. What about you?
I mean, it varies. I think honestly my favorite one is my curly cocktail.
Okay.
I've been tweaking it for years, but it really keeps coming down to the same thing. Again, I'm just giving it to you with Paul Mitchell, but I'm sure it translates to something in whatever product line you use.
Right.
And it's a step by step. It starts back at the sink, and after a haircut, I will go back and re-rinse them and be like, okay, this is simulating turning the shower off. And I go through the step by step on how to dry it, how to scrunch with the towel, how to flip, which ways to go, trying to keep it as simple as possible, because if it's too complicated, they won't do it.
Yeah.
So like I found a way so that the way that I move their head is the exact same way that they towel dry it, apply the product, and then work with the diffuser.
Okay.
Like same motions each time, so that just simple as possible.
Nice.
I've worked the curly cocktail down to 3 products, one is in one step, and then the other two are mixed equal parts in the second step. Squeeze it in, and either air dry it or diffuse it, and then explain what the difference will be. If they're
Right.
in the mood for big hair, diffuse it. If you want gravity to help you out, air dry.
And
yeah.
I have to say with Brian's before I met Brian, I really didn't have much of a concept of diffusing hair. It was everybody wanted their hair blown out, everyone wanted it straight. I have straight hair, so as far as diffusing, I didn't really understand. Like I understood it, but like I couldn't get the results Brian was getting.
Yeah.
When I started working with Brian, the way he explained it to me it helped me so much
Oh.
because
Aw.
no, it was good. But we learn from each other, and that's
Right.
what's so great. Because I don't have that personal experience of diffusing my hair because it doesn't
You
do
don't
it.
deal with that every day.
No. Like I can straighten that, but
Right.
I can't. That's why I diffuse people. I'm like,
Yeah, but that. Yeah.
you have those guests who aren't looking to do a lot with their hair. Diffusing it and making it natural is the best option for them.
Right.
So,
Cool.
and Brian gets great results with it. It looks fantastic.
stop.
God, you really missed
Do you need
him.
to borrow money or something?
I want $20. Thanks.
Okay, so
Oh.
Good.
All right. Before we
Mm.
close this subject,
Yeah.
I do have to say, I did think about this show,
okay.
while watching Queer Eye, because one of the greatest tips that I got from it is about coconut oil.
Oh yeah, you've been going on about this all day.
I have, because it blew my mind, because I
Okay.
used it last night and it worked.
Okay.
The absolutely adorable cooking guy in the show, who I'm in love with, not so secretly, because this is on the internet.
He'll be tagging his wall. later.
Absolutely.
Everybody else
Um,
do it too. That'll be fun.
Yeah, Anthony, find him.
Yeah.
He said after cutting onions, like, do your hands with coconut oil and it takes the smell out. And I'm like, oh, that sounds cool, but it probably doesn't work. So last night I was cooking with shallots, which, I mean, will make my hand smell for 2 days. Doesn't matter what I do. 2 straight days every time, and it's annoying. And I was like, all right, Anthony, let's see what's up. And I did coconut oil and washed it. Nothing. Perfect.
Really?
So we have one use for coconut oil.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. Did you learn something about your hair? No.
No, it's not hair, but
not
it's
hair.
coconut
Okay.
oil. It was the
All right.
redeeming
There is a
fact
use.
about coconut oil.
Right.
Coconut oil is great for everything.
Leave it out of your
Just
hair,
put
but do your
coconut
hands.
oil on everything.
Awesome. I'm actually drinking coconut. oil.
Food,
Hey Brian,
skin,
I'm
hair.
sorry. Do
No,
you mind
beards.
repeating your curly cocktail again?
Oh,
Yeah, with with the Paul Mitchell products, the first one is the full circle leave-in treatment.
Full circle.
That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
It's the leave-in conditioner in the curls line.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, it used to be the conditioner before they came out with the one for curls. If they have really, really thick hair, I might go with the conditioner instead because it's a little thicker of a leave-in conditioner.
Right.
But for finer hair like mine, full circle works fine.
Okay.
Squeeze it in. And then the 2 products that I mix for step 2, it's equal parts Round Trip, which is a curl definer, and Fast Form, which is a cream gel, because it's perfect because it will give the hair hold while it dries. So it'll be like a little bit crispy at first, and then after it dries completely, again, I tell them the same movements that you do to dry it and apply it, you just do it again and then squeeze, and it completely breaks up, and you get really soft curls that have great definition. That those products actually work really well. Like, do it on day 1 and they'll still get a couple days out of it.
So Paul Mitchell also makes let's say Round Trip is a clear kind of lightweight gel
Yeah.
sort of feel. Fast Form is a cream gel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're both super light.
So you put
Like,
those together. Then also Paul Mitchell makes Twirl Around, which is a combination of a cream and a gel
mhm.
that is spun in the same bottle.
Yeah.
So tell me the difference if somebody's got a product like that on their hands or what you're cocktailing together. What do you like that's so different from that?
My curly cocktail, I like it because it's so thin. Like,
Yeah, it's
even
really thin.
mixing those 2 products, it's perfectly thin for hair like mine that is not only fine but bleached. Like, it can't handle a lot of weight.
Yeah.
I like the twirl around, but it's very heavy. It's great for people that have a natural, like, coarseness to their texture. Like, I don't have hair that can support that. Like,
Yeah.
I love it
That-
because
that
it
makes
looks
sense.
pretty and it smells good, but I've tried and it's just too heavy for my curls. I can't get volume and bounce out of it.
Yeah.
So I like mixing the others because no matter how fine the curls are, it works for them.
Yeah, I think that's okay. That makes sense to me because Twirl Around is definitely heavier,
Yeah.
a heavier product. Okay, cool. So, and if you guys don't use Paul Mitchell products, obviously you can find something. I think that description was good. A lightweight kind of cream gel or lightweight regular gel kind of combination to
Mhm.
put together would work really well. So, let's open up the phone lines and also we'll bring in some questions. So maybe we'll answer a question. If you guys call in and we answer the phone, you hear us talking, but we're not talking to you. I've just got you on hold because maybe we're answering a question or something. So you can call 833-FSE Live. Also, I want to put out there that the prizes that we're going to give away, we've been giving away prizes every week. We reach out to those companies. They are sending all of your prizes, I promise. We know Christina's in communication with them all the time. So they are coming. We actually have somebody calling in now. So should we just answer?
Yeah,
Okay. Let's see who it is.
it's a power company.
The power company.
Extension 0 to accept. Press 1.
Oh, I'm
To send a
accepting.
voicemail,
It's a power company.
Oh, you got to turn us down.
Oh yeah. Turn us. Hello.
Hello.
Who's this?
Hi, my name's Thomas, and I am from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I am a
Pennsylvania.
high school. Yeah, I'm a high school student that goes to cosmetology school, and I have I have 3 quick questions, so I don't want to kill you with questions.
No, that's
okay,
fine.
So, the first question is can you do a tutorial on one of your longer bobs where the hair is really long in the front but really short in the back, and just have it layered?
Yeah. You know what's funny? Sometimes I think there's do we feel, let's just say this here, because obviously right now I'm picturing a haircut that wouldn't be that trendy feeling, but in some areas people wear this haircut a lot,
Mhm.
right? So,
Okay, yeah.
right? So I think that there is got to be a trendier way to do this type of haircut. So I think it's a good challenge to do it. So yeah. So the short answer is yes. We can work.
Okay.
I can work on that for sure. I think that would be pretty fun, and then maybe we could put some fun color to it or something as well.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. And actually what I mean more I didn't really describe it as well.
Okay.
And this probably sounds ridiculous because it's completely different, but I don't want to say super short in the back, but just a longer bob with a drastic angle to it.
Okay, I know what you're saying. So not short layers
So,
in the
if
back.
it's super short in the back, it's probably going to look ridiculous, as I've seen it.
Just
at
a
hair shows that this
slow-
girl did.
Yeah.
my
You know,
gosh.
so it gets
Yeah,
pretty long.
like John and Kate +8, that kind of haircut. But no, but I actually, and this is cool. What I like about what he's saying, that's part of a consultation, right? So a lot of times our guests call in and we're like,
It's a good thing you had that second part.
yeah.
You just almost got a weird haircut, lady.
Yeah, so then I think it's good to describe what you heard, because a lot of people are like, how do you do a good consultation? Well, you listen, then you describe what you think you heard, and then they come back with, wait, that's not quite what I was saying. And you got to have that communication back and forth instead of just saying, I totally got you. This is what a lot of people get a consultation, and then they're like, yep, totally know what you mean. And then they just go do it, and then the person's like, that is not
Not
what
at all
I
what I
was
meant.
talking about. And now
Okay.
that looks there. Okay, cool. So any other question?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Another one of the questions has to do with color, and I wanted to know if you can do more color tutorials on how to seriously blend color with doing balayaging and just color melting with fashion colors and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and that's something I want to talk to Brian about. I want to talk to you about it today, talk to you about it tomorrow, but obviously we need to get back into doing color tutorials. We've been doing style ones now as well. So, do you have a tip for just now?
Well, all right. So with fashion colors, I think right now what the easy route to go if you're looking to do them is obviously pick colors that are gonna look nice when they smash together, in that
Yeah.
middle. So right now, I saw something when I was in London. I can't remember the exact thing, but it's now taking colors, not necessarily that are opposite each other on the color wheel, but trying to find something that you wouldn't naturally think. So rather than going from blue to purple to pink, going from
Yeah.
I don't know, yellow to blue, but not having a ton of green. It's finding the way That's what I'm having fun with. Is just always be conscious of that middle color and
Yeah.
decide how much of it you want before you start doing it, because that's going to shift up your color melt.
Yeah. And I think one of the things, I think I posted a video about it. I filmed The Matrix doing it or something at a hair show, but when they were blending the fantasy colors, they were doing like a pinching kind of technique with their fingers, which seems kind of obvious, but I don't think to everyone it is. So
I think another like good piece like of what I was saying is before you start, think about exactly where you want your melts and your blends to be. Like the one video that we have from like super long ago where I actually did the blue to purple to pink.
Yeah.
Like if you watch, I didn't do pink everywhere. Like I only did it on the longest bits of the hair because that's the only hair that would support it. So like I had a vision of pink will only sit from like here to here when this is done. So just kind of mentally mapping out your color before you start will kind of just tell you where you want your smoosh lines to be.
how's that sound, Thomas? So good.
Did you hang up on him?
No, I think he's here. Oh, wait. It switched. This is what happens. My phone's connected to like
That
18
sounds
things.
great. And then
Oh,
my
cool.
final question is, I'm doing like this mermaid teal blue color, and there has been like some recent new color brands out there, and I want to mix like kind of like Pulp Riot's Aquatic and like their Nirvana color. But Salon Centric isn't just like 10 minutes away. I have Cosmoprof, which is 10 minutes away. So what color brand would you recommend to do that?
Oh, that's a good question.
Which Cosmoprof has
I
the
think
Joico, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah,
We-
but the thing is with Joico
They only have
that
that
I've
one
noticed
green.
is their colors are so translucent and transparent, some of them, and it's just like I can't really find like in them, but their darker colors aren't as bad as you were saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're looking for like that mermaidy teal,
Maybe just
I mean,
take
I have one client. I used the Joico. I'm pointing like you can see what I'm pointing at.
Yeah.
The-
There's some Joico out there.
There's some Joico color intensity right behind me. Like she gets like a very mermaidy bluish greenish color, and yeah, for her darker colors, it's good.
Don't be afraid to use the dark and just add the clear.
Right.
You know,
The ones that are meant to be lighter and
they're
translucent
super.
are so translucent.
Yeah.
I really use them more as toners than as actual finishing colors
Yeah.
because I just tend to not take my clients as light as they would have to be to support that being their color.
Right.
And that's sad about the Joico brand, though, because they have really gorgeous colors, but they're just so transparent and translucent. Unless the hair is like a level 10 or 11, it won't support the color.
Honestly,
But I feel like only
I
some.
think the dark,
like
Yeah.
the
just
sky,
add
the
some clear
lilac.
if you need to get it, because I think they're good.
yeah.
Water, yeah, make your
Those-
darkers and water it down. Like we water ours down with like the Olaplex number 2 a lot. Like
Yeah.
take the darker
Mhm.
colors and do that. And that will help to kick it up a little bit without having to bring you all the way back down
Yeah.
to that dark like forest green.
Yeah. And Thomas, I would say too, if you're struggling with getting the tone and the deposit that you're looking for, it may be that you're not quite getting it as light as you need to, just for any of it.
And make sure you tone first.
Pravana's too.
And tone
I
first,
like,
yeah.
like Pravana's colors too.
So
Throw that out there.
does that help you?
Yeah, it does. Thank you so much.
Oh,
And
you're
I can't
welcome.
tell you
So
how
welcome.
much your tutorials and videos help me as a student. Being only a second year, being that I go to a technical school, it's just the biggest help ever.
That's
Thank you
awesome.
So much.
Oh, you're welcome. And you know what? Today's your lucky day because we're gonna give you a VibraStraight iron for
Oh my
calling in.
gosh. You're kidding.
No. So just email contest@freesaloneducation.com. That'll go to Christina. And just give her your
Can
address.
You, put that down in the comments so I can.
Yeah, I'll do it
or-
right now.
Oh, you said contest@freesaloneducation.
.com. Yep. But Christina's writing it in the comments now, so you'll get it. And,
And it's on a video.
but yeah, true. And also make sure just put your full name, your address, and a phone number, and we'll get that sent out to you. Okay, that's from
Oh my gosh.
that's from
thank you so
VibraStraight.
much.
So, all right, cool. Well, Thomas, thanks so much for calling in.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, same. Bye.
Bye. That was fun.
Love him.
Oh, nice.
Super fun. Okay, there's another one.
That's so fun. You remember
Call
calling into like
for
radio
extension
stations?
0
Oh my God, I
to
remember
accept.
waiting.
Me
Press
too.
Get these tickets to
the
see Salt and
voicemail,
Pepper.
press
Like,
2.
sorry, your call number
To hear the
65.
phone number,
Hang on.
press 3.
I know.
Oh wait, I gotta accept it. I think I did it right. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hi, this is Jason from Brooklyn.
Hey, Jason.
Hey.
Sweet.
Hey, what's up? How are you?
I made it.
I made it. Yeah. How's it going?
Long time listener, first time caller.
Perfect.
It's nice to hear a voice.
I
Like,
know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Cool.
when we did this before, we had Cyprian. He called in,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we
Oh my
heard his
God.
voice for the first
I
time.
totally forgot to even talk about him.
Oh, we'll
We
talk about
will,
him at
okay.
the end.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
to.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jason, what's up?
All right, so first thing I want to say, Matt, this is the first time I've ever seen your hair looking so flat.
Oh, I know. You know what?
It's usually a thing.
It's the humidity
I agree,
and
yeah,
the running
yeah.
around.
I told you it's hot in here.
Yeah,
It's
the-
So
hot.
hot.
It's hot. The show was totally failing at the beginning, but this is turning out to be a great show.
Oh yeah.
And then, and it's 75 degrees in New Hope, or in
Yeah, so it's
February.
100
So,
in here.
yeah.
My hair looked
You
so
know-
good before the show, but I
Yeah,
put
in
it
New
up.
York, it was the same thing.
Yeah,
today.
yeah, I'm sure. So yeah, this is not normal. This is
Here, come here.
it's fine. Here. There, it's kind of bad.
No.
It's
Okay, all
forward.
right.
All right, whatever. Not important.
There you go.
Oh,
There it
that's
is.
good. That's great.
Jimmy Neutron back in action.
Right. Okay. So, Jason, what else is
That,
going
no,
on?
that was it. He
No,
just
that's
wanted to
it.
let you know
Yeah.
your hair looked terrible.
No, that's not it. All right. Well, one first thing about Drea, everybody always talking about your reds. I love how you keep them so saturated. So
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to see like a video on how you do your red colors.
Absolutely.
That's
That
cool.
would be cool.
Yeah, that's great. So let's talk about that
Yeah.
for a second. So you you have a certain red that you
I
like to
do.
use. So let's talk about that for a second.
I love the Wella Celestin color. It's
Okay.
has double pigmented. The reds are vibrant. I am a ride or die for me. Like that's what I love in my hair.
Yeah, you can't get her to use anything else.
No, I won't.
So
Like
So
Brian's
don't.
tried, and I
It's
won't do it. I won't do it. But they do fade. Every red does fade, but the vibrancy that it stays on track and the tone that it doesn't fade to brown is what I love a lot about them.
Nice.
That's true.
Okay.
But
Do you layer your reds at all? Like a permanent, a demi, and then a semi on top or something like that?
yeah, so when I personally do my hair, I do a permanent on my roots and then I pull a demi through my ends, and every layer has Olaplex added to it just because I want to make sure. I really feel like adding the Olaplex in there helps the condition of the hair and really hold onto the color a little bit
yeah,
longer.
I think it does too. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when you have healthier bonds in the hair, it definitely helps with the holding. So I like what Jason's saying though. Is that something that any of you guys
Yeah.
do? Like with if you did a full overlay of color, permanent color,
Yeah.
then do you go over it with let's say semi-permanent, a fantasy color, anything like that? Is that something that
All
ever
my-
happens?
I always in the salon, all my reds get finished with a shine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say they're pretty much the same. I mean, there have been like one or two cases where maybe a fantasy color would be kind of fun,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
but
it fades out.
yeah.
Unfortunately-
typically it's more of a demi or
Yeah.
a semi through the ends, just because I can also not worry about like having to leave space. Like I don't care if that demi like hits my feathered out root touch
Nice.
up.
Yeah.
So
Cool. So there you go. But yeah, we got to get Dre on a video too.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. There's been some shifts and everything, and we got to get back to filming color videos because we haven't done that as much, and
No.
we got to get Dre back on video, Brian back on video, and all of that. So
Yeah. I'd like
Was
to
that
see
the
some videos,
camera?
diffusing also.
what's
you
that? What was that?
know? Diffusing.
Oh, diffusing.
Diffusing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like I think that would be a really good one. I don't see too many of those curly hair videos, so it'll be nice to have some more education on that too.
Yeah, we get requests
be
constantly
great.
for curly hair videos. We got to get together some models that maybe even we can collaborate on
I
coloring.
have a couple.
Coloring them and then also doing a cut on them would be really fun. So, all right, Jason, cool. Thanks for the
All right,
request.
Thanks.
I appreciate it, and it's great to hear your voice.
Yeah, it's nice to finally talk to you guys. I want to shout out to Kristen and TM Hairstyles because we've been waiting a long time there.
That's awesome. And did you? Are you going to be at IBS?
I probably won't because I'll be working.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
unfortunately,
some
but
people have to
All
do
right.
that.
Yeah.
I would like to.
Okay.
I'll try to do it.
All right. Yeah.
Or
So
BarberCon?
BarberCon, you gonna be at that?
Maybe not.
Oh, that's close. That's closer to home. Yeah, I definitely want to see that.
Yeah, that's in New York, I think. So I think we're
Yeah.
Mizutani's gonna have a little bit of a booth there, I think,
Cool.
at BarberCon. So all right,
Oh,
cool. Well, hopefully
cool.
we'll get
Yeah,
to
I
meet
probably
you
should put
face
that
to
on my
face. All right,
Yeah,
man.
if not, I'll just take the drive down to Pennsylvania.
That's
There
right.
you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Come hang with us for sure.
Perfect.
All right, cool. Well, Jason, we'll talk to you soon.
All
Thanks
right.
for calling in, man.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye. Bye. Cheers. Okay, so
Just making it
the
a thing.
phone is exploding.
Johnny
Yeah.
mentioned something too. He calls them the Olaplex color bombs, like
Okay.
sending your guest home with the color and the the Olaplex kind of, I guess, similar to Paul Mitchell's Colorcraft too, but
Yeah.
on
But
keeping
before that was
the
a thing. Wow.
color.
Oh, jeez.
I think someone's calling.
I'm just gonna grab that because
Is that Thad?
it's Thad calling in, or just the sound effect.
It's just him doing sound effects to mess
Ring,
with you.
ring,
Hello?
ring, ring.
Let me see. Nope. Didn't call and accept.
Hello?
Here we go. Nope.
Make your
I
audio
think
better.
it's Kristen.
It's Kristen.
I think
Dad.
she said
Yeah,
I got
fix it.
through.
No, she did not. There we go.
0. To accept, press 1.
I hope. Hello.
She said I got through.
Hello.
Hello?
Who's this?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, this is Paige.
Paige.
Oh, it's Paige.
Yes.
Hey, Paige. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm excited that you guys picked up.
Oh yeah, we're trying to pick up everyone at this point.
We're gonna give out Dre's cell phone number next.
Yeah.
No.
So, I wanted to ask you guys. I've been working at a salon for 8 years. It's the first salon that I ever worked at, and they're actually closing.
Oh,
no.
Oh.
Now I'm like so scared. I have to start over. I just got Redken hair color certified and Redken design certified, and I was like hoping to become an educator.
Okay.
So.
And are you in
now
New
I'm kind of
Jersey?
like- I am in New Jersey. Yeah.
Okay. Where in New Jersey are you?
How could you tell the
I'm in
accent?
Burlington, New Jersey.
No, I saw her phone number.
Oh.
Phone number.
609. So, and
Burlington. That's down by me.
Yeah, that's where Brian lives.
Huh, look at that.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
actually, I went to your guys' hair and hockey show.
Oh, you did.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
That's what's
Yeah.
up.
All right, cool.
Fun.
So I guess your fear. Have you found a place to work?
I haven't.
Is your book-
The salon
I was just
is
curious
supposed
about
to
her.
close in summer,
Okay.
so I was kind of just like waiting it out. But I think I'm just waiting it out because I'm nervous.
I think Christina was gonna ask. Do you have a full book right now? Like,
I do have a full
8
book.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a long time.
I mean, I don't. There's no point in waiting.
I would definitely.
You know it's
yeah.
happening. Like, go ahead and
Start looking now.
start so that it's not like a
Mhm.
mad dash where you have to take the first job that comes to you when the place closes, because you know it's going to close. You might find an amazing dream job next week.
Yeah.
I would ask yourself like
Right.
2 questions too. Do you want to try and keep this clientele that you've built for 8 years, or are you ready for a total change where if you saw a salon that offered maybe a little bit more of things that you might be looking for that your old salon hasn't offered, and if you can afford that, then maybe do that switch now. You know how some people have been at salons for 8 years. Look at Danielle. She came to work for us. She worked at a salon for 13 years.
Well,
or
yeah.
so.
And
Ever.
if her salon's
Mhm.
closing, then like
And
that
she
she's at right now, then like her clientele will probably follow. Like, there's not going to be any like regulations as far as like, hey, don't tell them you're going here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when that salon closes, you're going to be competing with everyone else that's out of a job at that point. So hurry up and get it before they do.
Mm.
Yeah, just put up a flyer
Yeah.
saying I'm going here.
Wait, what were you saying, Chris?
Well, I just meant ask yourself those 2 questions. If she's looking, Paige, if you're looking to keep your existing clientele because you're afraid of the income and you want to keep that, or if you're ready for a huge change,
Go
maybe
somewhere else.
look where your clientele, like don't be afraid to look outside of the local box that you're in. Do you
Yeah,
understand?
I was thinking about that too, because I do have like an older clientele that I think if I went to a more high-end salon, I don't know if they would find me. Like,
Okay.
well, if they would follow me.
And maybe
Okay.
even if you're because Danielle just went through the same exact thing almost. The salon she is at is not closing, but she decided to leave and she went pretty far. So her clientele did not follow her here. Maybe a few people did.
Yeah.
They will.
But
Mine did.
Right. I'm not saying they won't.
No, I'm just saying from
but
the same place. Like it's
you do get
possible.
scared. Oh yeah, but that scaredness inside of her, maybe somebody that has more experience that has done it, to reach out to Danielle, she might have some, just insight on what things that pros and cons she may have weighed.
Well, I can weigh it now.
Yeah.
Just because I made a similar move.
Right.
It's super nerve-wracking if you're looking to find a new location, but especially because this will be your first time doing that. This was my first time doing it as well. Like, because you said you've been there this was your first salon. The first time I made a move, I didn't think anybody would come with me just because it was an hour away. It was terrifying, but it's such, I don't know, it helps make you feel better about what you do, to realize that you mean more to these people than you even realize you do because of who will come. Like, I came out to New Hope expecting to not make any money. Like, I was ready to be broke as hell right off the bat. And I was surprised with how many people followed me. Not everybody, but enough people followed me to keep me going. And then, that number stayed steady for a little while. And then after a few months, some people thought, oh, well, maybe it's a little too far to travel. But by then I had started building up a new clientele anyway.
Yeah.
So it stayed pretty steady until I started to rebuild. So I think that's a really good point, Christina. Like, decide now is the time to decide
Danielle,
if you're ready for a big change.
Your clientele isn't, I wouldn't say old women. They're,
I just meant as far as like the move.
I meant more with that too, because Danielle did say she had a lot of an older clientele where she was, and
well, and
you're gonna need to get new clients anyway.
Brian, your price point was the same too.
Yeah.
For the most part, when you made the move over here, I mean, it's not now, but it was at that
Right.
point.
Yeah.
So people weren't paying a lot more to come to you.
It was comparable. They just got to come someplace else.
So I think also what Danielle's doing is kind of cool, and I think that you would have the same opportunity in the fact that there's no hard feelings. You're leaving. You have to leave. So you could spend a couple days a week at a salon that you want to start growing in, and keep your clientele at your current place. Like, they're shutting down, so they should allow you to maybe work 3-4 days a week, maybe work more hours doing that, and then pick up a few days at a new place so you can start growing your clientele and kind of feel it out. That's what I think is the best move.
I have one more little rando piece of advice.
Yeah.
If you are going to try to move someplace that would be a little bit of a travel for them, this sounds weird. The reason that my move worked out so well for me is because the town that I moved to is also a tourist town that people don't mind visiting.
Right.
Like, they had another reason to come here. They would make a day trip out of it. So, like, if you find a really great salon, but it's an hour and a half away and it's in the middle of nowhere, you have to think, like, give them more draw.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Yes, you're driving an hour to come see me, but you get gorgeous New Hope as well. You can go out to lunch. You can do all this. Whether or not they actually do that, that's on them. But it does help to sort of sweeten the pot.
And it may be nerve-wracking, but in a way, if you financially set yourself up to be ready for this, ultimately it could be a great move for yourself.
Yeah.
If you felt like you maybe were never going to be at your salon forever, not that anyone is granted forever in a career.
I never felt like I was going to stay there forever. But
Yeah.
now that it's
But you
actually
get
a
stuck.
real thing,
So-
it's like,
yes,
oh my
and-
God, now what?
It's a little bit of like a blessing in disguise, I guess. You
The
could
best
take from
things
it.
happen when that when you're forced to do something that you were scared to do. Like, the best things come out of that. So you'll be fine. The fact that you're listening to a hair podcast on a Wednesday night at 9:30 at night, you're gonna be fine. Like, you're obviously dedicated to it, to learning, and and that's what it's all about. So you'll be fine. You just have to like, listen to what everybody said and just kind of weigh your options first. But I would do it sooner than later and start kind of figuring that out, so you're not stuck at the end. So
Yeah, definitely.
You know what we should
It's
do?
all great advice.
We should spin the wheel.
Okay.
You want to do that?
All right.
Just spin the wheel.
Yeah.
And we can see and we'll have her win something.
Yeah.
All
Why
right.
not? Right?
There's a parting gift.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
All right. Cool. Yeah. I think
There's a place on the wheel that says job.
All right. Dad, do you have a little music or something? All right.
Oh
So
my goodness.
sponsors on the wheel. We have Mizutani Scissors. So that would be a pretty fun prize. Sunlight's Balayage, the Bali Box 2.0. Olaplex. Free Salon Education's giving away some stuff. Minerva Beauty. We also have Free Salon. I said that. Donald Scott. Olaplex.
Ergo.
I can't spin around. That
I
thing.
got you.
And the whole time I'm thinking, man, I'm probably showing this little patch of hair back
Nope,
here.
I took the camera off of you. I knew, like, right away. I was like, I'm going to take that off.
I love you for that.
Ergo.
Anything
That's
else? All right.
All right,
cool.
Paige, let's see what you win.
Okay.
What's it going to be? Oh, I can see it on there. It's blurry, but I can see it. What is it?
Donald Scott, New York.
Donald Scott. All right, Paige. So you win a carving comb of some sort.
That's fun.
So
I love them.
Awesome.
So Paige, congratulations. It's a
Wait,
really,
Paige, do you have a
Thank
carving
you.
comb by any chance?
Does she have one?
Yeah, I'm just asking.
I actually do have a carving comb.
Do you have the fine, the wide, or the twist?
I have the fine one.
Okay.
The fine.
Well, yeah, I'll just make sure to send out different
Something
ones.
else.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Christina's always hooking people up. All right, cool. So,
Thank you guys so much.
yeah, Paige, thanks for calling
yeah,
in.
good
and
luck.
Good luck. Hopefully, we'll hear
Yeah,
from
good
you
luck
again.
to you.
Yeah, we want to follow up on how this goes down for you.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you guys.
All right, thank you. Have a good one. All right, so this was fun.
Are you doing another one? Or?
No. Well, we got to do free pong. So,
Do we?
we really
just kidding.
don't. We got to give away a Minerva blow dryer. So, we have to do free pong,
I was gonna say, take another call.
which is fine. Yeah. So, we'll take one more call. Who wants to play free pong? Call 833-FSE live. I am so excited about how well things worked. Holy smokes.
I think someone's calling.
Wait, I was.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Oh, were you going to pick somebody in there?
It's okay. Because some people.
Press
Okay.
1. To send a voicemail, press
And this
2.
lighting, my Adam's apple looks insane.
Hello?
Hello,
Who's this?
this is Kristen.
Hey, Kristen. Hey, how are you?
Oh, I'm
Hi.
really good. How are you guys?
Hi. Did you win a Minerva blow dryer yet?
No, Olaplex, who
Oh,
we definitely
I
were in
went
contact
Olaplex.
with.
Yeah, and,
they
and it
are-
hasn't been
But-
sent, right? Did you get
No,
it?
but I've already got a really good blow dryer that I love.
Okay. Well, do you want to ask us a question or something, or you just want to talk for a little bit?
Yeah, you
Tell
just wanna-
people about yourself?
Mm-hmm.
How was your day?
I'll ask a question because I actually have a really good question for you guys.
Okay, cool.
So, and let somebody else win something. So,
Hey, that's
a long
nice.
while
Aw.
ago. Well, a long while ago that you guys did, like, I think it was like the 13 or 14 steps to being a better hair cutter, colorist.
Oh, yeah.
Some of those.
You didn't finish them, and I'm really, really upset about that because this is the thing. So I've been a hairdresser for probably about 6 years,
Okay.
and I'm second generation hairdresser. So I've been in a salon for about 20. I'm trying to go back to the basics, like take everything down to, basic haircuts, working on precision, working on all of that.
Okay.
And I was watching a bunch of DJ Muldoon videos, who I just love. So I think you guys need to finish that. That is like the most helpful thing ever. I mean, we get into all these things of fancy haircuts and everything, but you gotta learn how to cut a bob, a pixie, things
Agree.
like that.
I agree. We do need to do the steps again.
Yeah, I like that. I think one of the reasons that I never got to finish the color ones was because I was kind of just, I just went into that particular project without necessarily like having an end game. Like I don't know that
Yeah.
I was necessarily specifically covering basics. So I did those videos and then we started getting into more of like what people were looking for, exact types of color videos. So I
Yeah.
just kind of never went back to it.
Our
I
video
do
library
agree.
changed. Like the
Yeah.
podcast,
Yeah.
the podcast came, the everyday vlog came, and then you started doing just
Yeah.
Like
and you gave tips on all
Yeah.
of that stuff.
And really all that those were tips that I thought would be helpful at that time before we had as good of communication with people as we do now.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't think that it's a bad idea to have a very like a basics kind of thing. I think where I shot myself in the foot was trying to say, oh, well, there's going to be this many steps, and then boom,
Well,
you're a
that's-
good hair colorist.
That's what I was going to say, too. I did the 14 steps to becoming a better hair cutter first, and there was 14 steps. But then we were like, let's do 14 steps becoming better hair colors, but maybe there's not 14
Yeah,
steps.
and honestly,
Like, constantly
if I did it
evolving.
now, I would do completely different things
Yeah.
than I did back then.
And so would I.
because-
So we're going to redo them. I was actually thinking about that anyways because they're old and, the sound quality isn't great. And they're good videos for sure. People love them. So I want to redo them and make them really cool. So we're going to do that. And I also talked to Danielle already about doing style basics, like braid basics as well. So,
Awesome.
so there's a ton of content on its way that we're going to start working on for the year. So, Kristen, thank you for the recommendation. I totally agree with you, and we will get working on that.
Heck yeah.
Thanks. I love you guys.
All right. Well, thanks
We
so
love
much.
you.
Thanks for listening. We'll
All
talk
right,
to you
bye,
soon. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, somebody's got to call in because we got to do this thing real quick.
Someone who hasn't won anything.
Well, wait. How about
Ends in
Royal
America.
Beauty?
Royal
Well,
Beauty?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Royal Beauty.
Yeah, that's better because we've been on here for a while.
This
So-
microphone smells like my trumpet.
So go ahead. Let Royal Beauty know.
Your trumpet?
From when I was in band.
Oh, I was like, you have a trumpet?
I do.
Oh, do you still have it?
I'm sure it's at my mom somewhere.
Okay.
Or maybe it's in my
Let
attic.
Royal Beauty know. Pick.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Royal Beauty, pick Brian, Drea,
Or Matt.
or me.
Thad.
Or Thad.
That's
Yeah.
busy doing sound effects.
He's good. He actually, he's on autopilot. He's so good at that today, so he's fine.
All right.
Anyone but Christina.
Yeah, because Christina definitely has to run the thing. So, yeah. So pick somebody, and you will have a chance to win this guy.
Yeah. Trumpet.
Trumpet.
I was a good trumpet player.
Really?
First chair.
Could you still play now?
Probably. I mean, I'm sure my embouchure is like super lame, but
The fact that you even know what that is,
that is when you play a musical instrument,
and you put
what you
your-
do with your
Okay,
lips.
Thad.
Like saxophone,
it's Thad.
clarinet,
Thad.
anything.
Actually, it's okay. I love Thad.
Whoa.
Yeah, that they might not necessarily want him to play. They just love
I
him.
was going to say, if they saw my shots beforehand.
He like.
They just like him for his body.
Okay.
No, he likes his his Instagram photos and stuff. They just.
Hey.
You know.
Thad's got a fan.
Yes.
Thad, don't disappoint your fan.
Yeah, Thad. This is.
Wait, don't start yet, Thad.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
All right, come on, Thad.
Do
There you go,
it.
Thad.
Yeah.
Royal Beauty gets a blow
Don't get greedy.
Nice.
That's what's up.
Sweet.
All right.
Thad, man, you nailed it.
Thanks.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, so good show.
Camera.
Good show.
Till the
Camera.
end there.
Camera out. All right, guys, really enjoyed the show today. Make sure. Oh, the battery died. We really ran this one out, and my hair is super flat. So, all right,
Thanks.
Thad,
Emo.
if you want to transfer that one over, yeah, cool. You're the man. All right, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. A couple of things I'd really love for you guys to do. Post in the comments below if you make it this far in the podcast. I'd love to hear what you think. If you're listening to us on iTunes or SoundCloud, know that you can watch us live on YouTube and join in the fun. You can call. That was really fun having the live callers this week and having it work really well. And getting the live feedback, live questions. I love hearing products that people like and all of that. So thank you to everyone that was really just part of the show tonight. It was really fun. Follow Drea.
Hair by Dre Day.
Follow Brian.
Hairstyle.
Hairstyle.
It's the right arm. I was like, oh, one of the arms, but it's not on camera. It doesn't matter.
And follow us, everything at Free Salon Education. You can follow Thad.
It's the attitude now.
It's Thatitude, but what is your other one?
What's that?
That's just personal, your other one? Is
Yeah,
a
it's just
personal one?
personal.
Oh, okay, cool. So Thatitude is your hair.
Yeah, the attitude is hair.
Everybody's been blasting out lots of hair pictures recently. You haven't been?
I've been bad lately. I was like crazy jet lag last week, and I was like so busy. I didn't even have time to eat. So I'll get better this week.
Yeah.
I'm back. I'm rested now.
Okay.
I'm American again.
Yeah. American again. All right, cool. So thank you guys so much for being a part of the podcast as always and following Free Salon Education, supporting us in all ways that you do. And we can't wait to talk to you guys next week. We got Black Panther hairstyles, which is going to be really fun. And
Go
I've
see the
seen
movie.
them. Go see the movie.
Between now and then,
Oh,
go
yeah.
see it. It's so good.
Yeah, and then we'll recap it and we'll talk about the hairstyles after. So thank you
Spoiler
guys.
alert.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, Black Panther, so good.